Hey everybody. So today on Coffee Talk, let's talk about, on Coffee Talk, I'm going to title this God is Good. God is Good to Me. And this crazy story I have about my walking stick right here. This is a 55-inch walking stick that I use for mobility and for stability. And let's take a quick look at it right here. There you can see it right there. And how this story really put kind of a bright light in my life when I've had just so many problems. We've had to delay our move once again to the end of August, so we cannot move into our home in Mobile, Alabama until at least after the end of August. Kitchen's not done. The kitchen's not done. The bathroom's not done. Changing of the one pane windows to two pane windows are not done. The security screen doors are not done. Nothing is done. It's just taking longer than expected. And so I've been in a really, really depressed, and it's just, I've just had a hard time. But this story I have to tell you about my walking stick right here is unbelievable. So, before we get into the full story, let's get into the backstory of why I'm using a walking stick. Back in 2021, June 12, 2021, I had a minor heart attack. At that time, I weighed 275 pounds. Now, today, I weigh 155 pounds, so I've lost 120 pounds. And that's because I walk, and I walk a lot. I have 4 different routes, and I'm up to 12,000 to 14,000 steps on each of my routes. So that puts me between 6 to 6.5 miles on my routes that I do. And during the rest of the day, normal person, normal activity, you put in like 4,000 to 5,000 steps. So on a daily basis, I'm between 18,000 and 20,000 steps. So I started walking, as I said, after my heart incident on June 12th, 2021. And then during my walks, I started to fall. And I fell 6 different times. So I decided to invest in one of these walking sticks right here for mobility and for stability. And it has been wonderful. So I've been using that. I've been using this one here since about 1.5 to 2 years now, somewhere around there. And it's really, really helped me. Now let's fast forward to this week. So on Tuesday, I decided to walk to our local community little library. And if you don't know what a little library is, that's usually located in front of someone's house. And the little library is in the shape of a house. And there are books in this container / house, whatever you want to call it. And the whole premise is you drop off a book and you pick up a book. And it's for basically like community engagement. So here's a picture of a little library. So you have books that are in that little container that looks like a house right there. And it's in front of your neighbor's house. And you just drop off a book and you pick up a book. So anyway, on Tuesday, I went to the little library, dropped off a couple books, picked up a couple books, and I left. Well, unbeknownst to me, I don't know where my mind's on this house and not being able to move, and my mind was somewhere else. I left my walking stick there. Apparently, I left my walking stick there. But at that time, I didn't know where I left it because after I got home, I needed it a little bit later. I couldn't find it. Nowhere in this house. I couldn't remember where I left it, and I was just distraught, and I lost it. I did not know what to do. So that was Tuesday. Wednesday, I kind of went through the day. I didn't didn't do my walk, and I just wasn't feeling well. It just was not a good Wednesday. But on Thursday, I said, okay, I'm going to go for my walk, even without my stick to help me. So I went on my walk. I started on my walk. I was walking down the street, and this car coming toward me, this van, white van, started flashing its lights and started honking, honking, honking. They pulled up right next to me. Rolled down the window. Husband and wife in the van, they say, "We have your walking stick. We have your cane." I'm going, oh my gosh. She said, "You must have left it when you came to our little library." And we saw it, we knew who it belonged to, and so we hid it. And they told me they hid it in a bush on the right side of the garage underneath the house number. And they said, "Go get it. We have it." And all of a sudden, oh my gosh, my whole attitude changed. I mean, God is good. He looked out for me, and I'm in good neighbors in the neighborhood. And they knew it belonged to me, so they hid it for me, and it was just wonderful. So they drove on, and I went back to their house, and I picked up my walking stick, cane, whatever you want to call it, and I've been so thankful. God is good to me. That was a miracle. It really was. So that is my little story on this walking stick. I don't know how you thought about this story or what you thought about, but God is good. Even on something that's minor about a walking stick that I need for stability and mobility, God is good, and He looked out for me. So I thought I would share a couple verses with you on, let's start off with everyone's favorite, Romans 8:28. And we know that God causes all things to work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to His purpose. Psalm 34, verse 8, "Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good, and how blessed is the man who takes refuge in Him." And Psalm chapter 100, verse 5, "For the Lord is good, His loving kindness is everlasting, and His faithfulness to all generations." So I thought I would just share with you this crazy, wonderful story and how blessed I am that God is good to me, and over something as simple as a walking stick, cane, and how God looked out for me, is good to me, and helped me. And through all this adversity that my wife and I are going through with trying to move from California to Alabama, things aren't really going well right now. So I just thank the Lord. I thank God over this. And you might say, also, what about the one on the left, the walking stick on the left? Well, that is my wife's. My wife is having knee problems now, so she needs something for stability. Hers is a little bit smaller, but so now both my wife and I use walking sticks when we're out walking. But anyway, I hope you like this story, and I hope you watched it all the way through. And I hope it was a blessing to you as much as it has been a blessing to me. Thank you for watching. Have a good day, and God bless.